Hello everybody and welcome to another first impressions video. Today we're going to be unboxing the Sony XB22 and Sony XB32 portable Bluetooth speakers. Now I think this first impressions video is going to be pretty important for a few reasons. When these speakers were first announced at CES 2019, a lot of people, including myself, were kind of disappointed that tech spec wise, these speakers don't look any different from the current Sony XB31 and Sony XB21 speakers. And another major question going on right now is, okay, we got the XB22 and the XB32, but is there going to be a Sony XB42? I mean, there's no mention of a replacement for the Sony XB41 at this time. Now, from my experience and analytics, Sony's XB41 speakers outsells the 31 and 21 by a big margin. So I honestly don't get why Sony hasn't even at least hinted at a Sony XB42. So right now, this is all we got. And if this is just a cosmetic change, then maybe if you're looking into getting a speaker for the summer, a Sony speaker, you might be better off going off with the Sony XB31 or Sony XB21 or 41 and save yourself some bucks, because these speakers are now on sale for like 50 bucks or $100 off now, since these are out now. But enough talking, let's get into actually unboxing these things. Now, let's start off with the one that I think most people are going to be more interested in, and that's going to be the Sony XB32. So I'm going to just put that right there, and we're just going to go ahead and jump right in. Now, I got this speaker today at the store, and I haven't looked into seeing if they changed the tech specs on this or what, but definitely I'm kind of confused as to why Sony didn't upgrade the XB32 and XB22 to at least have USB-C like JBL is doing with their JBL Charge 4 and their upcoming JBL Flip 5. I mean, just so that you guys know, this is the Flip 4, not the new Flip 5. But yeah, here's the XB32, and oh, it's a mix between the 31 and the old Sony XB30. So here on the front, this is all fabric. Is this the same? It looks like it's a tighter mesh than on the 31, but all of this is now all just soft touch rubber. Now, one of the reasons why I liked the XB31 so much is because it's a super rugged speaker. Since this is all fabric, if you take it anywhere, it's not gonna get any bumps or scrapes. It's gonna just not be a problem. But with this soft touch plastic, if you take this out to the park or something, this thing is going to develop scratches over the period of time that you just take it on the go with you. So I'm kind of confused as to why Sony kind of went back and went to the soft touch material. I mean, it looks good. It still looks sleek. I mean, we got this new LED design here, but as to going back to soft touch rubber, I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of that. I think the XB31 is going to be a much more rugged speaker than the 32 and the Sony XB30. So yeah, there we go. We powered on the light. We powered on the speakers, and you see that the light strip is on, and the light strip on the speaker has the same exact design going on as the older one. You see, you got the little lines inside the light strip. I mean, it looks good, but it's the same as the 31, and it's on the 32. All right, so back here, just like before, we've got the compartment for ports. Let's see what we got. Same exact grommet, and it still has a micro USB port for charging. And like I said, if Sony at least upgraded this speaker to have a USB-C port instead of a micro USB port, I think that would have been a reason to upgrade, or a reason to go with the 32 over the 31, but right now this just looks like it's going to be a pure cosmetic change. I mean, it looks good, but I don't think it's going to be as rugged as the Sony XB31. I don't know. I mean, does this thing have, it still has the same IP67 rating, the same 24-hour battery life. It has party booster. Great. I mean, for those that don't know what party booster is that if you tap the speaker in like certain places, it's going to do certain sounds. You know, that's actually a feature I forgot the XB31 had until like recently. I was looking over the tech specs. I was like, oh yeah, that's right, party booster. Another Sony speaker, another Sony feature that I never use. Yeah, here's the Sony XB32, and that's the Sony XB31. Don't get me wrong, I think the Sony XB32 looks good, but I highly doubt it's going to be as rugged as the Sony XB31, and that was one of the big reasons why I like the Sony XB31 so much. It's a super rugged speaker, but it still looks good. It has a built-in light strip, has a 24-hour battery life. It sounds decent enough, and if you can get it on sale for like $100, that's a great value right here. But for this right now, it's kind of hard for me to recommend the 31 over the 32. But you know what? Let's go ahead and jump into the Sony XB22. Again, tech specs are the same. They've got the same speaker setup. They have the same battery life, if I'm correct. What do you got? You got a 12-hour battery life? Yeah, this has a 12-hour battery life, and let's see. Yeah, it still has a micro USB port for charging. Again, I just think that it's kind of weird. I just think that Sony's speaker division is kind of not communicating with their headphone division. Like, let's say, for example, the Sony XB700. I just did a review on these a few, I think 2 weeks ago that video came out. You can watch it right here. Hopefully I remember to plug that thing in. So yeah, so this is the Sony XB700. And these headphones have me pretty excited for the what I think is going to be called the Sony XB1000s, the Sony XB950N1's replacement. Now, the reason why I like these headphones so much is because they've been redesigned from the ground up compared to the 650 BTs. I think this design looks much better, but there's also some technical improvements. Like we've got a USB-C port for charging. These have voice assistant integration. These headphones actually connect to Sony's Headphones app, whereas these didn't. So with Sony's Headphones app, you can go in and you can adjust the bass level on these headphones. You can adjust what else? You can change the sound positioning of these headphones, which again is another Sony feature I never use. And you can also have Google Assistant or Alexa integration on these headphones. So you can see that Sony has really been improving on their headphones, because, you know, right now everybody's favorites premium ANC headphones are the 1000 XM3s. So I just think that Sony's product divisions aren't, you know, communicating, because they're knocking out the park with their headphones. Sony's doing great with their cameras. I mean, for disclosure, I shoot only on Sony cameras. But their speakers, there's really no difference from this first impressions video from this speaker to this speaker, minus just the design. And, you know, like I said, we want to see USB-C charging on this. Fast charging would have been great to see on this speaker. Maybe changing the speaker layout would have been interesting as well. What else? Sony needs to improve their wireless party chain. That's always been a pain in the butt. But actually, quick note, first impressions, here we go. The light feature on the Sony XB22 looks much better than the light feature on the Sony XB21. Hold on, let me see if we can power this on real quick. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that, but this light feature is much brighter than the 21. So that's nice, but again, there's really no big tech spec difference, because under the hood everything's the same. But you know what? We're going to go ahead, pair these speakers up to my phone. We're going to check out the Fiesta Bowl app on the Sony XB32 and then do a very rudimentary sound test just to see if they sound any different at all. And we're back. So I just hooked up the speakers over to my phone and I've got the Sony Music Center app open here. Now, just as before, we've got the same settings. You can go in and change the sound. You can mess around with you can select from a few EQs that they have, or you can make your own, all just like before. Undo. Let's actually go ahead and put this back on extra bass mode. And you also got the different illumination options so that when you're playing music, it changes the behavior of the lights. I wonder if it's changing there. Nope, hold on. Hold on. So right now it's on rave. We're going to put it on, let's leave it on rave. And let's actually go ahead. Oh, wait. Just so you guys, for those who don't know about Party Booster, tap settings on. Let's, done. Hold on. How do we, drum kit. Okay, done. All right, so is this going on? Hold on. Here comes Party Booster, guys. Again, that's another Sony feature that I doubt anybody actually uses. But you know, comment down below if you use Sony's Party Booster feature. Let me know. But let's go over to the Fiesta Bowl app illumination. With this here, you can actually have some control over the lights on your speaker. Now, the Fiesta Bowl app used to be an exclusive for the Sony XB41, the larger ones, but now the smaller XB32 supports Fiesta Bowl. Cool, but it makes me a little nervous. Does that mean that there isn't going to be an XB42 and the XB32 is a replacement for the XB41? I hope not. I hope that's not the case, because this thing is not going to be able to compete against the JBL Extreme 2. You know, because right now that's the best. I think that's the best speaker you can get right now if you're looking for a portable Bluetooth speaker. You know, a large one. JBL Extreme 2 is the way to go if you plan on getting multiple speakers like a Charge 4 or a Flip 5. But let's go ahead and do a quick little sound test. See if we've got something. Hold on. Okay, so we're gonna do a very basic sound test. This isn't an official sound test, but I just want to see if there's any sound difference between these two speakers, because, you know, tech spec wise they have the same exact speaker setup. So let's see if there's any like tuning difference. Both of these speakers are running extra bass mode and they're both playing at the same volume. So let's see what we've got. So first off, we're gonna start off with XB32. Okay, all right.
Dreams appear. I know that we can rise together. This vision that we share is ours. Together we'll touch the stars. I know that we will see December. 'Cause when it's all over, know that we can. We'll be there to guide you in any way.
They sound exactly the same. What do you think?
Yeah, they kind of do sound the same. Like some instances, I've kind of heard a little bit of difference, but not too major for it to be.
Yeah, they sound very. They sound very alike. There hasn't been like any major differences here. Now both of these, like I said, both of these speakers are running extra bass. The extra bass mode EQ. They're both set at the same volume. But they don't sound any different. Now, obviously, in the full review, there's going to be an official sound test with better mics and you know, but I don't know. They don't sound any different. So yeah, like I said at the beginning of this video, right now, it's looking like if you're looking into getting a Sony speaker for the spring or the summer, I think you're probably better off picking up the Sony XB31 because it's going to be on sale now since the XB32 is out. And personally, I think the XB31 is going to be a much more rugged speaker than the Sony XB32 because the Sony XB32 has gone back to that soft touch rubber outer shell. One of the biggest problems with the older Sony XB30, XB40, and XB20 was that when you took them out, if you took them to the park or you took them to the beach or something, this body would get scratched up like in a lot. With the XB31s and this family, they don't do that. So that's why I prefer this speaker design over this speaker design. Now don't get me wrong, this thing looks good, but it's nowhere near as I don't think it's going to be anywhere as rugged as this. And since these speakers have the same internals and tech specs as these, like I said, I think you're probably going to be better off picking yourself up an XB31 or XB41 since they're going to be on sale versus these new speakers because again, it's just a design refresh. I would have liked to at least seen a USB-C port on this speaker, but Sony didn't even throw that in here, and I don't get why when almost all of their other products are starting to come with USB-C. But I guess you guys can expect a full review on this speaker in about 2 weeks or so, because right now I'm kind of busy getting the Jabra Elite 85H video out. But yeah, that's a first impressions look on the Sony XB32 and Sony XB22. Kind of underwhelmed. And right now, it's up in the air if there's going to be a Sony XB42. But I'll catch you guys next time. If you made it this far, I guess you enjoyed the video, so hit that like button and get subscribed. It helps out more than you realize. If you want to pick another products up mentioned in this video, those will be linked in the description down below, and you can also support the channel by checking out the merch store. But other than that, I'll catch you next time.